Now that we have completed the eggly architecture series, I wanted to take a moment to just review the key concepts that we covered over the course of this series. When we started the application, we had all of this layout in a single HTML page, as well as we had this large monolithic main controller in the eggly-app.js. And over the course of the series, we started to break that out and refactor it into meaningful and specific places and pieces of code. We created a file structure that reflected the entities that existed within the Eggly application, the main two entities being categories and bookmarks. And so we created a categories folder, and within that, we put a bookmarks directory, and because we are creating and editing a bookmark, and each one of those require a separate controller and view, we created a directory for those as well. And then once we had the file structure in place, we started to build out submodules. So we started with the main Eggly module, and then from here, we introduced the categories module, then we introduced the categories.bookmarks module, and built it all the way out to create and edit. With the submodules in place, we also introduced the concept of promoting data to models. And so we took out the local data within main controller and promoted it to a bookmarks model and a categories model, where we talked about some different strategies for retrieving the data, caching the data, and performing business logic. And from here, we introduced UI router and started to build out states to navigate from the different states or routes in our Eggly application. So we started out with a very basic abstract Eggly route that is just the placeholder for all of the rest of our routes within the application. And then we defined our categories route with two named views, categories targeting the categories UI view, and the bookmarks named route targeting the UI view named bookmarks. And then we also created a unique route for the state where you have actually a category selected to show just the bookmarks for that category in eggly.categories.bookmarks. And then we created a create and edit state as well for editing and creating a bookmark. And once those were in place and we were able to navigate to the specific places within the application, we just needed to go back and wire up the functionality we introduced in the first app into our new app. So we set up the ability to create a bookmark, edit a bookmark, and delete a bookmark. And once those were completed, we finished things off with a fun animation to animate between UI router state changes. And so in about 20 lines of code, we were able to add in a really nice transition and end up with a much nicer, cleaner, extensible version of the Eggly application. Thank you for joining me for this series. It's been a lot of fun. I look forward to seeing you in further videos.